I can't tell if the camera is making the color of my skin bluish, or if my camera is just getting bad with age, or my eyes are aging poorly, vision-wise. Either way, hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ. Stuff in the background, I know. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Happy Bionicle Day, everybody. Yep, it's Bionicle Day. Or, in other words, 8-tentacle day. And, well, yeah, August 10th. I have to make one Bionicle video today. Why not a review? I finally got my Bionicle in today. It is a Baraki. 1 out of 5 that I still need. Now I have 4 to collect. Over the next 4 months, I will be doing that. This one is the squid himself, Kalmah, also known as the poster boy for the Baraki. And, yeah. I managed to find him for a decent price on eBay. It was supposed to show up in my mailbox on Thursday of this week. Got him earlier than I... The colors are changing on the camera. What the... Color contrast is weird. Whatever. Point is, I got Kalmah here 3 days early. Now, that's some good shipping. I had to build him, obviously, and I apologize for not having a Let's Build on Kalmah here, but, whatever. It is what it is. It was refreshing to build Kalmah again after, you know, it's always refreshing to build an old Bionicle. This one's from 2007, obviously. Now, this one didn't come with squid. No squid. I've got some squids to, squid ammo to, put into this god-awful abomination of a projectile weapon. This is the worst projectile weapon in Bionicle. You know it. Squid launcher. Yep. Tell you what. You can wear it like a ring, I suppose, if you're so inclined. Yes, it's on the middle finger. Fuck you. Shut up. And, you would look goofy. It's not meant to be jewelry or anything. It's just meant to be like a bow and arrow sort of thing. It's like... And it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Some people out there have got it to work. I can't. Well, I tried, and it just kind of went down instead of straight. Anyway, the joints for Kalmah here, the sockets seem to be relatively, well, they're not too loose. They're about on par. I'd say a little not worse for wear, but they definitely feel like they've been worn down a bit. He's got the double tentacle thing going on here. I always thought it was weird how he held it like this, but the eBay seller decided, for some reason, to sell the, to list it on eBay with the tentacles on the back of his upper arms. You don't do that, eBay seller. eBay sellers, take this into account. Build these things properly, and maybe I won't yell at you. I mean, seriously. But at least I got him, within a quick time frame between, well, Wednesday of last week and now. The tentacles are orange. Alright. And they're weird, rubbery. They definitely look tentacle-like. And he's supposed to be based off a squid, so you got the suckers and whatnot. Yeah, that's enough of that. And yes, it's warped. You've got the rock shield legs in the normal red color, Metro Red at least. 4 black hand pieces, obviously. 2 of them are the ankles for the feet. These feet are weird. They're the Hordika feet, but they're an evolution of the Hordika foot. Because they're more tapered like that, and then they have these bits, which I guess look like part of the head of the squid. Makes sense. And for some reason, this is how the foot is built, with the hands, you know, going back like that. I don't know why that was part of Kalmah's build, but hey, it works. Distinguish him from the Hordika over there, you know. Hordika are on the second shelf over there. Upper legs, upper arms, and shoulders. He's got these pieces, which are pretty awesome. Scaly, not really scaly, but they look like scales of some sort, of some undersea life. Paraka body, reversed, because that's how it was. He does have these 2 black Exoforce hands to hold the tails of the squids, and usually he would come with 2 squids. Each Baraki came with 2 squids, because squid. He's got these pinchers. Yeah, funny noise. Hordika neck. It's connected. Oh, okay, never mind. His head looks funny. He's got like the tendrils on the back of his head, as if he's like, I don't know. He's got 3 eyes, so he's a Triclops, I guess you could say. I don't know. But he's got the 2 teeth right there, and generally I don't really... I mean, the shaping of his head, not counting the pinchers, it kind of reminds me of just this head mold. It just kind of reminds me of a squid to some degree. I mean, can you really compare the Baraki to their animal counterparts that they're supposed to be, or at least they're trying to be like? I don't know. What's annoying about this is... Oh, son of a whore. There we go. Clip back on there. Yeah. The black pins are worn, obviously. What annoys me the most out of this build with these like this is rattling. Obviously you can fix that, but why bother? Articulation wise, you can put his head like that for some reason. Oh, and also you can turn it up like this to make him look like he's Cthulhu. Cthulhu. Alright. No Cthulhu references. You can do all kinds of things with his tentacle arm. I mean, this is a simple build, and I'm surprised I was able to remember how to put the damn thing together. So, you can also aim his weapon like that, and yeah, launch the squid like he does in the commercial. You know, he can move his leg in all directions. His ankle goes like, his foot goes as far down as that, and is as far up as that, which is probably more realistic given, you know, human proportions with the or how the function of our ankles work. But you know, it's a design choice, I suppose. Overall, I still like Kalmah as a set. And he's definitely like the showcase model, if you will, for the Baraki. And yes, the Paraka torso piece is still the nice red color. Looks awfully bright for a Metro red piece. For some reason, bright Metro red, yes, that's a thing, I suppose. Look at bootlegs. Well, okay. Bootlegs of Bionicles that would have the Metro Red pieces, sometimes you'll get normal Mato Red. Okay, well, at least you have the parts, whatever. Anyway, so Kalmah, while I get they were trying to make some sort of organic sort of elements with the scales on the things, these armor shells and the squid tentacles, and obviously, you know, the head being the way it is. It also feels like a forced idea to make the Baraki like this. Now, obviously, they, being the warlords that they were of the Six Kingdoms, they were mutated after being sentenced to the pit. They were mutated by the mutagen waters, and thus why he looks like this. I mean, there's not really much to there's not really much to dislike about this. I mean, I actually really like Kalmah, the way he looks. It's just I feel like he's a simple build. He's too simple, in fact. He's easy to put together, from memory at least. I think the most complicated bit is probably the head, putting, you know, things here, but even that is still easy AF, and still don't appreciate the rattling pieces here, but whatever. These were reissued in silver as well as Heat Orange. And I think there's more colors that this was put in as well. I don't remember. The only other set this piece comes with is Thulox, ironically from the same year as the Baraki, from the same wave as the Baraki. And yeah, overall, I like Kalmah as a display, you know, thing. Obviously, for something that's for play, there's nothing really you could do except, you know, make him kick, I guess. I don't know. There's not really much else you can do with Kalmah anymore. And in order to, like, avoid breaking parts and whatnot, breaking joints, you're better off just displaying him on a shelf with his fellow warlords, you know? Alec, Prydak, Takadox, Crapper. Who's Crapper? I'll let you decide. And Mantax. Yeah, it's not really much for play. Now, if the shelf room is the shelf space for this thing is a little bit questionable because of, you know, you have to kind of put the tentacles up front like that if you're gonna shelve this guy. He's gonna need quite a bit of shelf space, so, you know, try to work that in. And yeah, I think overall he might be the easiest to build, but he's also still the poster boy of the Baraki. Just look at the Kalmah poster that was released at some point in early 2007, and I've seen that poster. I don't know if it's on eBay or if anybody out there has that fold-out poster, much like, you know, those fold-out. Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. The fold-out posters are over there, Lego posters. If anybody has that poster and is willing to part ways with it, I mean, I'd take it, but at the same time, I'll find it on my own at some point, but, you know, Kalmah, because that's a cool-looking poster. I'd like to have it. But Kalmah, the squid guy, he's a squid guy. Now, if anybody, I know there are talented Bionicle mockists out there that have upgraded Kalmah quite a lot, but if anybody's willing to take up a challenge and buy up all the parts you need, you know, more of this piece, obviously the squid, the head of the squid tentacles, buy up a lot of these. If you're willing to accept a challenge, redesign Kalmah as the ultimate tentacle hentai monster, Kalmah. The ultimate edition of Kalmah with all the tentacles, and it's got a tentacle hentai monster from some anime, and you know, just make him the ultimate dangerous, evil, and dark, and just awesome looking squid monster that you don't want to fuck with. I mean, let's be honest. That would be an interesting thing to see. And of course, I've seen NSFW art regarding Kalmah, and it's just not worth the the eye strain. But yeah, I got Kalmah. I'll be putting him on the shelf with Takadox. And that is my review of Kalmah. Now, a little bit of interesting thing to go along with the name of Kalmah. There was a metal band, melodic death / power metal band, that is named Kalmah. Kalmah. Now, obviously, that word has existed before the Bionicle character and before the band. So the band likely did not know that LEGO produced the character. If anything, LEGO probably borrowed the name from the band, depending on when the band was formed. And yeah, they have an album called Seventh Swampphony because they have an obsession with swamps, apparently. Okay then. Brilliant album, actually. Has a nice cover song at the end of it, of some editions of it, called Cold Gin, which is a Kiss cover, obviously. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting, you know, comparing that name between the two things, you know, Kalmah and this band. Obviously, Kalmah is, as I said, it's a term that's probably been used before, or it's a pre-existing term that was just borrowed by the band, because bands tend to name themselves after certain things, like Iron Maiden, for example, named themselves after the torture device. Funny. And so, I guess, you know, naming the Baraki character Kalmah, it was inevitable because, you know, the band exists, and, you know, LEGO has been using words from other languages, and that got them in hot water with the Maori, so there's that. But they formed guidelines and basically made sure this never happened again. But they still borrowed words, and no one went after them after that. No one bothered to try to take certain names back. Whatever, you know. I guess LEGO was able to handle the Maori situation pretty damn effectively, and as a result of that, the Maori tribes were actually impressed that LEGO were as, you know, as considerate as they were. So, you know, it's an interesting topic to bring up. And again, the band Kalmah is pretty good. They have great albums. My favorite is Seventh Swampphony. And again, this Baraki, well, it's not my favorite Baraki. Kalmah is still a pretty good set. Simple to build, but still good. There you go. And that is it for this video. I'll be back tomorrow with some Moha stuff. Possibly another video too. But I'm going to have episode 4 of Back to Basics up tomorrow, regardless on if I record something else or not. So. Anyway, happy Bionicle Day, everybody. Remember, unity, duty, destiny. Let us unite as a Bionicle community, for this day, and however long the Bionicle Day streams last, next couple days probably. Let us celebrate Bionicle G1, G2, or these fluke sets that we got, including the minifig. Celebrate Bionicle in its entirety, and put our differences aside, and enjoy the theme retrospectively, because it was a part of our childhoods. I'm not going to philosophize here on this video, but, you know, sometimes philosophizing is a way to, you know, make sense of things, I suppose. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with some videos. Stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.